Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's another fine day here in Kisumu, and it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you in good health. On Wednesday, a group of party leaders within the Azimio la Umoja movement, led by Governor Alfred Mutua, Professor Kibwana, and Dr. Azimio, caused a huge storm within the movement by threatening to join William Samoei Arap Ruto. That move forced Raila Odinga to convene an urgent meeting with the party leaders. And I can remember, I also hope you can remember, Raila Odinga calling Alfred Mutua while he was addressing his party meeting in Nairobi. And they agreed on several issues. Let me just go through what they agreed on. The first thing they resolved was that the coalition council, the top organ of Azimio, will be expanded to 11 members. As we speak, I think it could be around 3 or something, but they are planning now to expand it to 11 to include membership from these other parties. So that was one of the resolutions. And number 2, they also agreed that the party organs will not include any caucuses or alliances. So what basically the agreement here is that, you know, like when you talk of party caucuses and alliances, it means One Kenya alliance is coming as a coalition, so it will not include those. So number 4, they also agreed that there will be no zoning of the country for any political party. Originally, it was felt that there was need to zone counties. Like, for example, if Wiper is strong in Ukambani, then you let Wiper there, rather than sponsoring so many parties, which will allow UDA, for example, to penetrate. If ODM is strong in Nyanza, then you let ODM as the political party to control that region. So they agreed that there will be no zoning of any part of the country. And number 4, the matter of the running mate will be decided in consultation with the partner constituent parties at a appropriate time. You see, the issue of running mate is also coming up. So it was expected that before Raila Odinga went and met with this group, probably he had consulted President Uhuru Kenyatta and also Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. But to my surprise, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has reacted angrily to the resolutions. And Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has dismissed everything which was discussed in this meeting. So in this video, I want us to look at what President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga must do to bring order to Azimio. Because based on what's happening in Azimio la Umoja, I can tell you that there is serious division and the whole thing is disorganized. Otherwise, small things like this should not be preoccupying Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta, and Kalonzo Musyoka. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now, Kalonzo Musyoka is saying that, number 1, he's not going to allow the expansion, because the first resolution was that these guys were going to expand the coalition council to 11. I don't know the number currently, but because I'm yet to get the structure of Azimio, but it didn't include this other team. So it means if you have to bring these people, then you have to expand it to include it. Kalonzo Musyoka is saying that's not going to happen. The other thing Kalonzo Musyoka is saying is that the issue of the running mate should not be discussed. That will be a preserve of the 3 parties. So according to Kalonzo Musyoka, the only parties which will be forming organs of the coalition are 3: ODM, Jubilee, and Oka, or maybe Wiper and something Oka. Because according to Kalonzo, there are several other political parties which entered Azimio through ODM. Then there are also those that entered Azimio through Jubilee. And of course, there are those who entered Azimio through One Kenya Alliance, maybe through Wiper, I don't know. But what should Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta do? In my view, they should do these 5 things. The first thing they must do, because if they don't do it, I can assure you, the way Azimio is organized today, William Ruto will have them for breakfast. Because let's give credit where it is due. So far, William Ruto has exhibited a sign of a person who is committed, a person who is focused, and a person who knows what he wants. If you look at the way he's managing the nominations within his party, the way he's managing the fallout, the deputy president is set to go. In Azimio, Kalonzo is still pulling on the other side. Mutua is still threatening. But what should Raila Odinga and Uhuru do? The first thing which they must do is that they must convene an urgent meeting between Kalonzo Musyoka and the 3 Ukambani governors. When I talk of the 3 Ukambani governors, I'm talking of Governor Alfred, Governor Charity Ngilo, and Governor Professor Kivutha Kibwana. If you look at these 3 governors, you can say that they've been part and parcel of Azimio. When Kalonzo was still busy with One Kenya Lands, these governors were with Azimio. They were already campaigning for Azimio. So Kalonzo Musyoka coming on board and demanding that they be pushed away is something which even myself, I can't allow. Even Raila Odinga cannot allow. But what is the way forward? These guys must sit down and they must agree. If there's no zoning, then they must agree that Wiper, as the dominant party in Ukambani, should be ready to face challenge from these guys. And this is, in my view, this will also help Kalonzo if he wants to become the running mate, because he can only become running mate if they win. And for them to win, it means they must mobilize. So if Kalonzo will be having his Wiper running in Ukambani, Ngilo with his party, Alfred Mutua, at the end of the day, the competition will be stiff down there. And if the competition will be stiff, it means each and every political party will work so hard to mobilize their members to come out and vote. And those votes will help Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So in short, Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta must agree with Kalonzo and the 3 governors to sit down and resolve their issues. If they want to be part of the coalition, they have to make it clear. If they can't, you know, like I like this guy called, there's a senior member of parliament, Waluke. Waluke is always very clear that if Wetangula is this side, he can't be on that side. So if these 3 governors can't work with Kalonzo Musyoka, then Uhuru and Raila must figure out between Kalonzo Musyoka and these 3 governors, which group adds value. If it's the 3 governors, then they should let Kalonzo go. If it's Kalonzo, then they should tell the 3 governors to either ship in or ship out, so that they don't waste a lot of their time. But they need to have an urgent meeting so that they can try and resolve these issues. Number 2, they must also agree to define clear leadership roles in Azimio. You know, these guys were making noise because Rafael Tojo was appointed as the executive director. And for me, the appointment of Rafael Tojo, I looked at it from a different lens. I saw Rafael Tojo's appointment as the face of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Other parties, like for example, Chama cha Chap Chap, DAP Kenya, I think most of those parties entered Azimio through Jubilee. So I thought Rafael Tojo was going to take care of their interest. But how comes they didn't know? Those are the questions. So which means a clear leadership role must be defined. Azimio must come up with a clear structure that President Uhuru Kenyatta is the leader, party leader, or President Uhuru Kenyatta is the patron. Raila Odinga is this, and this person is this. Rafael Tojo is this, his role is this. This person is the treasurer, the roles will be this. The campaigns will be managed by this team, and this is how these political parties will fit in. So that when Alfred Mutua wakes up in the morning and is planning to go for the campaign, he knows where to go to. Whether to go to Capitol Hill, whether to go to State House, whether to go to their offices. There's another office, I think, around State House there also. This the office which used to be formerly Jubilee Campaign Center. So a clearly defined leadership role within Azimio will sort out most of these issues which are coming up. Otherwise, if they won't solve those issues now, they are going to experience serious problems. Number 3, money, pesa. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga must now allocate money for the campaigns. I tend to think that's where the problem is. How do you expect Kalonzo Musyoka to campaign without money? How do you expect Alfred Mutua to campaign without money? So I think Uhuru and Raila must now figure out how best they are going to manage their campaign money. And how is that money going to be shared? Like if Alfred Mutua wants to go to a place, or let's say Professor Kibwana wants to accompany Raila Odinga, who caters for the costs? That's the big deal. The truth of the matter is that as much as they don't want to say it, there is also the scramble for campaign funds by these political parties. They want to take charge of the campaigns. Campaigns are all about money. Alfred Mutua has his team who would want to go around the country. Kibwana has his team which would want to go around the country. Kalonzo has his team which would want to go around the country. So how are they going to manage the campaign resources? So I tend to think that Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta must put up their resources together, then figure out how they are going to share the resources or how the campaigns are going to be funded. And lastly, I think Uhuru and Raila must also wake up and realize that a clearly defined campaign strategy involving all these political parties must be created, so that if there's a secretariat, it should include all these people should feel part of it. Alfred Mutua, the other political parties should feel part of it. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka should feel part of it. They should not feel being alienated. Because my observation is that the problem in Azimio is that Kalonzo Musyoka and his team believes very strongly that Raila Odinga favors the 3 governors, and therefore his objective is not this election. He intends to elevate these guys so that these guys will have 1, 2, 3 members of parliament down there, and then those members of parliament will be used to frustrate Kalonzo Musyoka. Or maybe Raila Odinga intends to ensure that as much as Kalonzo Musyoka will support him, his party will be weak down there. That's where the problem is. So Uhuru and Raila must sit down, come up with a clear campaign strategy which involves all these political parties. So if each party or formation will be seconding people, then those people will be seconded so that they believe that probably they are part of the campaigns. As things stand today, Raila Odinga had created this campaign team. That campaign team is for Raila Odinga. Those are his team. Kalonzo Musyoka cannot embrace those people. He would want to include his team also. He would want to second 1 or 2 people to that campaign team. So they must come up with a clear campaign strategy involving all political parties. Because if you have almost 20 political parties supporting your bid, how do you even manage the parties? That's why the deputy president is advantaged. He has his party UDA already ready to go. Then the deputy president is also saying, okay, I have I have Ford Kenya and I have ANC, which will primarily deal with the Western. But for him, the running mate equation is out of discussion for these 2 other political parties. Yeah, so I think President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga also need to figure out how they are going to come up with a campaign strategy which involves all political parties within the Azimio. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.